Good afternoon and a warm welcome to our residence and student life session. During this session, we're going to be talking about all the fun things you get to experience outside of the classroom. My name is Leah Odada. I'm an International Admissions and Recruitment Officer here at Carleton University. I'm also a proud Carleton alum. I came as an international student, so I'm very happy to be co-leading this session with two departments that our international students interact with very often. So I am going to introduce my co-hosts. We have Shay from the International Student Services Office. Shay works as the International Student Success Coordinator. So she will be telling us a little bit about the ISSO and how they support international students. We have Emily from the Housing and Residence Office. So she will be telling us all about on-campus housing and what that looks like for those students who are looking to live on campus. Continue to put your questions in the Q&A, continue to put your comments in the chat, and I will hand it over to Shay to get us started.
Thank you so much for having me here today, and welcome everybody. I work for the International Student Services Office, as Leah mentioned, and I'm the International Student Success Coordinator. I've worked in the office for 4 years doing immigration advising, exchange agreements, and now I'm here to help you be successful on campus. So we help with the University Health Insurance Plan. We do transition and support services, immigration support, so study and work permits, detailed guides, workshops, and Q&As. And you can come into the office at any point to get help with that. We also, once you're doing your study permit, if you do need help with that, you can email us before. We have a study permit guide, so that'll help you be able to fill that out. And then we also do international mobility opportunities as well. So for transition and engagement, iStart orientation is a really good course to do before you come in to Canada. So it's online orientation, it's go at your own pace. The topics included are what the ISSO does, your health insurance, immigration advising, your life as a student in Canada, and navigating Ottawa, and what great things are happening in Ottawa. So there are a lot of social and cultural events. So we do have Global Cafe that happens every bi-weekly on Tuesdays, and students get together and chat and have coffee or tea and play games. There's also museum visits we do, and Canada's the capital, and on Thursdays there is free museum visits. So we go as a group, you can make new friends. We also celebrate Canadian holidays as well as winter activities. This upcoming semester, we're having skating and snowshoeing. So that's going to be fun for the students to go to. So there's also workshops to give you information about looking for housing as well, working in Canada, preparing for winter. We will have one preparing for winter event happening in January. So if you did come in the winter, that will be happening and you can get to know that a little bit more. We also have volunteer employment opportunities, so you could volunteer at the ISSO if you'd like. We do start taking applications in March, so if you're coming in, you can do that as well. And then we also share information about employment and yeah, what's available there.
Thank you so much, Shay. As a former international student, I can honestly attest to how much of a great resource the ISSO will be during your Carleton journey. In addition to the ISSO, we do have a number of other support services available to you as a Carleton student. So we know the transition from high school to university is a challenging one. So we do offer academic support. You'll have all your resources, workshops, peer-led study sessions, tutor support, academic advising, and so much more with our academic support services. Employability. For many of you, it might be the first time trying to navigate the job market. So having that support to be able to practice your interview skills, having some help with your resume, the Employability Services Office is a great and excellent resource. There's lots of support to just help you settle into life in Canada, life in Ottawa, life at Carleton. So you will have some transitional support that's included in addition to the ISSO. There are many other offices that will help make that transition a very successful one for you. And your wellness is very important. So we want to make sure that every step of the way we're supporting your mental health, we're keeping you active. You also have a point of resource if you get sick or something on campus. So we have our health and counseling services, we have our athletic facilities, we have our mental health support services. We even have our very furry friends, our therapy dogs. So they're all there to kind of help you on those moments where you need a little bit of extra support, or maybe you just want to be able to set yourself up for success. So maybe practicing different wellness activities to kind of help you in your transition to living in Carleton, living in Ottawa, and living in Canada. And of course, we want to make sure you're having fun. So we do have a department that's dedicated to ensuring that you're having a very vibrant, very exciting, very amazing community to be a part of. So they host a lot of events. Many of those events are free. So I always encourage you to take part in them because that's a great way to meet and connect with other people. But these are just some of the amazing support services that are also available to you as a Carleton student from the moment you're applying to Carleton to even after you graduate. It's one of the reasons why Carleton has been consistently ranked in the top 5 for student satisfaction. Clubs and societies. We have over 170 different clubs on campus. One of the main differences between clubs and societies is that societies are attached to the program that you're a part of, and clubs are based on interests, maybe cultural backgrounds, and things like that. You're welcome to be a part of both clubs and societies. We have over 170 clubs and societies, so you are encouraged to be involved in as many as you would like and that you would enjoy being a part of. So during our first week of school, we have our Clubs Expo. Here is where you'll be able to learn about all the different clubs and societies and sign up if you wish to join any one of them. It's a great way to meet people. It's a great way to meet either people from a similar cultural background, similar program, or people who have a similar interest. Or maybe you're just curious about a certain culture and you'd like to be more involved. This is a great way to learn a bit more about those cultures. And in addition to just all of the support services, we want to make sure you're having a very vibrant student life. So most students may be able to sign up for an intramural team. This allows you to play a friendly game of sports against some of your other students. You can also cheer the Carleton Ravens during our varsity games. If you're a big fan of sports, we have a very vibrant, very passionate sports teams on campus that you can attend the games and be a part of. We want you to be plugged into the community. We have alternative spring break, we have exchange opportunities, we have many ways to connect you with the greater Ottawa city as well. So if you want to be a part of any activities, we always encourage you to sign up. There's so many ways that you can be connected and be involved. Living in Ottawa is honestly a great experience. I call Ottawa Canada's hidden gem. There's so much that Ottawa has to offer. We experience 4 different seasons, and each of those seasons bring with it so many fun activities that you can do. In the winter, we have our Winterlude Festival. We're lucky enough to have the canal right by our back door, so you can actually skate on the canal. In the summer, we have our blues festivals. There's so many vibrant festivals happening that you can take part in. As Shay mentioned, we also have the museums that are free on Thursdays. That's also a very fun way to just kind of get plugged into the community. But there's so much that Ottawa has to offer. And I'm sure our students will be talking a bit more about this in the next session. But this is just a little bit of like a tip of the iceberg for what Carleton student life experience is like. And I will share our contact details and our website information here. But before we wrap up, we want to hear from the residence department. So I am briefly going to stop sharing my screen to give Emily a chance to share hers and talk about life in residence.
Hello. Okay, so I am going to talk to you a little bit about living in residence and what that looks like. So I've got a presentation here for you. Just to give you a little background on me, I am the Residence Accommodations and Recruitment Coordinator. So if you come to Carleton, you will likely get to meet with me face to face, as well as several of my other colleagues. Living in residence at Carleton. Carleton offers a first year guarantee, which means that incoming students that are first year students coming directly out of high school are guaranteed a double traditional residence room along with their offer as long as they receive it before May 16th, 2025 for this year's students. You have to accept your offer of guaranteed residence along with your offer of admission, and you will for sure be able to be living in a double traditional room for the upcoming year. Resident students who live in a double traditional room might live in rooms that look something like these 4 rooms that you're seeing here, but we do have 12 buildings across campus. So each building looks a little bit different on the layouts of the rooms. But all of these rooms, no matter what, are equipped with a bed, a desk, chairs, drawers, and all of your utilities are included as well, like electricity, water, heating, air conditioning, and internet. and they're all located within one area in our residence precinct, which means that our residence area makes up like a town. It's a community space where resident students are all living together and we're not spread across campus. So we see a lot of community built between our resident students. While living in residence, you also have in each of your buildings laundry facilities that can be accessed for you to do your laundry. There are study and TV lounges for students to have a quiet space to work or a community space to hang out, and garbage and recycling areas as well. Carleton also offers a unique option for roommate matching and room selection. So once you've accepted your offer, you'll actually be able to start connecting with other students to make connections with your potential roommates and form your own roommate groups. So essentially, you're selecting your own roommates. Not to worry if you don't feel comfortable doing this. You also fill out a questionnaire in which, if you've decided not to create a roommate group, you will be assigned a roommate based off of your compatibility. You also are able to select your own room. So you'll receive a time ticket after you've accepted your offer and paid your residence advance payment, and you'll be able to log into the housing portal and select the room that you would like to live in. Within our residence community, we have lots of great resources, lots of activities that are going on. We have a 24/7 residence reception desk to help you if you get locked out of your room. There's a residence mail room. We have a residence fitness facility that also includes a half-court basketball court that's opening in fall 2025. That's there specifically for resident students. We have multi-faith spaces, and then there's also residence-specific mental health support and counseling. So that's there for our resident students, and they're trained specifically to help you transition from life at home to living in residence. There's all kinds of different activities as well. Our staff are always putting on special activities for our residence team or for our resident students. While living in residence, included in your residence fees are also your meal plan. So living in a double traditional room or any traditional room on campus, you are required to have an all access meal plan. With that meal plan, you have unlimited access to the Taringa Commons Dining Hall, which is our newly renovated cafeteria facility. That facility has 15 unique stations, from a True Balance station for healthy eating to an umami station for a ramen bar, all kinds of different things. And there is an in-house registered dietitian as well that you can work with if you're trying to navigate food restrictions or accommodations. This is just a little bit about what living in residence is like. We hope that we will see you in the next year. But you're welcome to visit our website or reach out to us at any time if you want to learn more